Hey guys, and welcome back inside the toy room. I'm John, and today we're checking out the $14 and is that 88-cent Soundwave. That's how much he was when he originally came out. I got my original Soundwave there with the box with Rumble and Frenzy, and then I've got the Master Series. It's not a Master Works, it's a Master Series with a laser beak. And then the new ones, the big giant one, the animated series one, that was the CG one, and the new recent Cyberverse truck. Oh, and the video game truck is in the back there with, it looks like Rat Bat fell over, right? But today we're going to be looking at Smokescreen. There is a new Smokescreen that came out, a special edition Hasbro Selects. Here's my original Smokescreen. I got two of them. One is always in car mode and one vehicle mode. So you can see both modes on the original. This is the only one I have that way because Smokescreen is my favorite Transformer car. And I'll tell you why. But I got this special Transformer War for Cybertron Smokescreen Special Edition Select. It's Hasbro Selects. And I got this guy lying here. He's part of the Metal Man line from like Zylmax or something. Zylmax, I don't know. But I had this guy since I was a kid. He was one of my favorite toys to play with. I named him Max Rebo, which really shocked me because then when Return of the Jedi came out, we had Max Rebo and the band there. Slice Noodles and the Max Rebo band. I was like, what? They stole the name from my robot. And I had named this guy in the 70s. So that totally blew my mind. And yeah, I had this guy. I mean, it's probably like a 74, 75. And it's something that I really want to find again, to get one without his arms broken off. But here he is. Here I opened the box for the Smokescreen Hasbro Selects figure. Now you can only get this figure if you order him on Hasbro Pulse right now. And I wanted to compare him with some of the others because, like I said, this character was my favorite car. And one of the reasons is it's because it was one of the first cars that I actually got as a child. And the one that's in car mode is the exact one that I had as a kid. And the reason that one is in car mode is because the rear windows are actually broken out of it. But I've carefully placed them back in. A little tiny bit of glue. And so I don't like to transform that one because it'll probably fall apart. The new figure looks really good, very reminiscent of the G1. We'll do a roundabout on him here. I really like that they did the shoulder cannons in a regular gun, because the last generation's version that we had, which I've also got here, you'll see was a very big departure from the character. Didn't have the shoulder guns. And to me, like, I'm happy that a lot of the, not all of them, but a lot of the new recent ones have had shoulder cannons and proper equipment and weapons to their G1 counterparts, because that was part of the thing back then. All of the cars had shoulder cannons and a blaster in their hand. And they all transformed in this sort of style, where the front of the vehicle with the headlights was the chest piece. And, you know, if you've got a lot of Masterpiece, you know that they continued that with the Masterpiece guys. So you know it's possible for them to make a decent Transformer and have that continuation go. You know, like here's the Masterpiece for Smokescreen. And so they were able to sort of use some of what they did with the Masterpiece and put it into the smaller version here for the Generations War for Cybertron trilogy. But this is the Selects version. There is another version of Smokescreen for the War for Cybertron coming out later this year. I've got him on order, on pre-order, so we can compare that one to this one when it comes out. it is a lot different. It's not the same figure, so it'll be interesting to see what the differences are. And it also makes me question why they made 2 different smoke screens for the same line. Completely different ones. You'll see what I mean when I get it. But compared to the Gen 1 one, he looks really cool. Very similar. And there he is compared to the last generation's one. This was kind of like the Combiner Wars / Titans Return era. And, you know, he had the ability to combine with other figures. And it just, because I think of the way the Combiner mechanism worked, they didn't have him in the same style. Now, he's got a really nice instruction sheet. Very clear instructions on how to transform him. You can put the weapons on the car when it's done. And here's how to put the weapons on when he's in robot mode. They show you some of the add-on weapons and abilities you can get. You know, the Weapon Master stuff and the little Combiner weapon guys for the Micro Master stuff. And where you can clip in various weapons and things if you want to add stuff to this. And then he's got the W45 and the W50 blasters. You can read about there. Pretty cool. Nice instruction sheet. But I'll go through the transformation to car mode here for you. It's quite simple and very satisfying. That's another thing I've liked. You know, Optimus Prime was satisfying to transform, and this guy is also very satisfying. The Earth Wars, Earthrise, Optimus Prime was very satisfying. Make sure the arms are straight out like that and the wheels are straight up towards the ceiling. Unclip his chest piece and move that up out of the way. And then what you want to do is take this little piece here out from back from under his neck and pop it into position. That's going to complete the hood of the front of the car there, you see? So make sure that stays up there. Fold the chest piece. This is the former chest piece. Fold it all the way down. So you've got it there. I guess it's a stomach piece, right? And then just kind of put this up out of the way. And now what you want to do is spin the legs around at this hip joint. This waist joint. And then we're going to fold the feet parts down into the front of the car. And make sure they click into position. You'll actually hear a click. And these can kind of rotate and sort of clip together. There's a lot of clips that follow that seam. So just make sure they all stay together. There'll be clips along this seam and along down there. Make sure they all clip in. And then what you want to do is you want to bend the legs like that. And to make sure these white pieces here go underneath in there. You'll see, it's hard to see, but you want to tuck them under the foot parts and down in there. So make sure it goes in there first and then kind of rotate it down. And you want to make sure that this top upper part goes under the window so the windows line up here. You'll see this glass part all line up and this little part lining up into that tab there. So you want to make sure all that lines up and tuck these up down under. And then this can sort of press into these 2 little spots. There's 2 little peg holes for that to do. And you know if you got it lined up right is while you close the doors and you make sure that the 2 pegs there, I'll show you here. So there's one hole that's there for a peg and one hole that's up here. You'll see it there. There you go. And those can line up and those pegs pop in. And it sort of knows, you know that you've got the car lined up right on the bottom if those things line up and you can get them closed and pegged in. And there you go. And now you've got the arms to deal with the front wheels. Just kind of fold them up so the wheels are flush and the arms should just snap right down. And just fold it up, wheels flush, and the arm just slides right down. And you've got him kind of staring out the bottom there, which is very Gen 1 also. Nice. I like this car, though. It's pretty cool. A very satisfying transformation. Really simple. And, quick and easy, too. And very nicely styled car. I mean, I don't know if you want to call this... I guess it's Cybertronian, but I could see this in the States somewhere. It is a supercar. You know, it's very aerodynamic, very sleek. Yeah, so I think this is technically supposed to be a Cybertronian version of a vehicle because it's got the Cybertronian writing instead of the number 38 all over it. And maybe that's what happens later on we're going to get the newer version that comes out later this summer. Maybe that'll have the 38s on it, and it'll be that's why it's a slightly different car, because it's supposed to be one from, Earth, where this is Cybertronian. So we'll do 360 for you on the car here. Like I said, really sleek, nice design. I really like the front end. I mean, it really has a nice shape to it. The back end there is pretty cool. Really nice car mode. It's unique, it's distinct. And let's bring you back now. We'll get you back, okay? So we'll flip the hands down, pull them out. Flip the hands down, pull them out. And then you want to, get these doors open, yeah. So that everything sort of comes apart here, and you want to sort of rock this apart, pull it out, pull him down, pull out the stomach part, slide this behind the head, and rotate the whole thing with the head coming up through the hood of the car to form the chest. The stomach snaps in there. Then you want to rotate the legs to the front, separate the feet. You can kind of fold them up and pull out the back parts that stabilize the feet. And now just swing the wheels to the back and rotate those arms down. And you have got yourself back into Smokescreen's robot mode. Very simple, very quick, really satisfying transformation. Don't you agree? I really like it. I mean, I'm blown away. Yeah, finally we have a really nice, modern Smokescreen figure. I'm very, very happy with this. Well, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. And, I'm John, the Vintage Geek, and we're bringing you all kinds of cool toys while in this quarantine. Anything that comes in the mail, I'll show you, and that includes a lot of stuff I've been getting off eBay. So we're doing a lot of modern and vintage lately. Anything from the 60s, 70s, 80s, on up to what came out last week in stores. When it enters the toy room, I make a video on it. You guys get to ride along, check these things out with me. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. I got like 4 or 5 mask things. So for those of you who've been talking mask with me on Twitter and on YouTube here, we got a lot more coming down the pipe because I found some other cool stuff. So, yeah. I even found an awesome Micronauts. Remember Micronauts? We're going to do that one soon. Really cheap. I can't believe that was. Wait till you hear about that. Wow. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk to you later. Stay safe. Stay healthy. See ya.